Okay, so this comment is actually a question that I get pretty often. What's gonna help my edges grow? So first off, what are edges? Because we hear the word all the time, but do you really know what it is? So edges are gonna be your hair all around your hairline, on the edges of your hair, all around your hairline, and even like back here in like your neck area. Some people consider that edges as well. So why do more people have issues with the edges of their hair versus the rest of their hair? What makes your edges different? So our edges typically are a completely different texture from the rest of our hair. They're usually a whole lot finer and thinner and more susceptible to damage and breakage. Today I'm going to talk about a few simple tips you can do to keep your edges healthy or help them to grow. The first one is going to be styling. You want to opt for more gentle styles, not super tight, slick back styles that require them to be pulled back like this. Putting that tension on them because they are finer is already going to help it to break even more, and we don't want to do that. So opt for looser styles or something like that that doesn't pull that tension on them. Protecting your edges while sleeping is another really big topic that we need to discuss, because a lot of people are like, oh, I wear a silk bonnet, my edges are protected while I'm sleeping. Wrong. Some silk bonnets have like an elastic band on the inside all around here, and as you're moving during the night, that's shifting and it's actually causing more friction on those edges. So you want to make sure that you get a pretty wide band satin cap if you're going to be sleeping with that. I have one linked in my showcase below. Some edge control products have really harsh chemicals like alcohol and things that can dry out your edges. And we want to be doing the opposite. We want to be moisturizing them to keep moisture in them and keep them healthy. So like eco gel and stuff like that, you don't want to use that on your edges. There are a few more way healthier options than edge control, and I will be making a video on that soon. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in hearing about those. Another thing that's going to help your edges and really just your hair in general to grow is scalp stimulation. Rosemary oil is really good for this because it increases blood flow. What you can do is put a few drops of that rosemary oil or any type of oil, growth oil that you might have or whatever, on your edges or anywhere in your hair that you're wanting to grow, and massage it in. Just use your fingertips, really gently massage that in. You can use a comb or a brush. Don't use anything that's going to be pulling though. So if you use a comb, use like a wider tooth comb just to get in there and really like massage the scalp and get the blood flowing, and that's going to help your edges to grow also. We also want to make sure we're limiting the amount of heat and chemicals that we're putting on our edges. Like we said before, this hair is much more finer, so it can't take as much as the rest of our hair. Make sure you're always using a heat protectant if you're going to be using heat in that area. And whenever it comes to chemicals, such as relaxers specifically, what I like to do is for my clients who have issues in that area, I take a little bit of Vaseline, and I take the Vaseline and I coat it. You can even use coconut oil, and I coat it just on the ends of those edges. That way, whenever we are doing that relaxer retouch, I don't have to worry about that relaxer overlapping those ends on the edges and causing more breakage later on. It helps to protect them. And last but not least, patience and consistency. You can't massage your scalp once every month and expect to have edges growing out the wazoo. It's just not going to happen. So you need to be patient and be consistent in all the things that you're doing to get these edges to grow. Also, if your edges are not just thin from breakage, but actually balding from the scalp to where it's shiny and you can see your scalp through it, it may be time to consult your dermatologist, because that may be an internal issue and not so much an external issue. But if you have any other questions, let me know in the comments.